Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. The Michigan Wolverines continue to dominate the 2024 class, landing one of the best tight ends in the country in Brady Prieskorn from the state of Michigan. This dude's a top 100 player nationally, the number 2 tight end according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. And again, you hear the rumblings on Twitter. This does seem like it's going to be a historic class for the Michigan Wolverines. We'll take a look at what this recruiting class looks like so far in 2024. Take a look at what Brady Prieskorn brings to Michigan, and then we're taking a look at a few more targets we have on the 2024 ride, or class, I should say. But again, before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys. It's been such a fun ride. If y'all been rocking with us for a while, you know we are Michigan fans. We talk a lot of Michigan recruiting, and I think it's going to be a very exciting next couple weeks and months on the recruiting trail. So again, if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We appreciate all the support, especially from the Michigan fans. Not much we enjoy more than talking Michigan ball. So come join us if you do enjoy the content. Of course, we do appreciate all the support you guys have shown. Let's get into Brady Prieskorn first, and I want to talk about some trends we're seeing in this 2024 class. Brady Prieskorn he's different, right? He plays basketball. He's 6'6", 225 pounds, probably will play around 245 pounds. And what he brings is just another element of athleticism. And you see Michigan starting to use their tight ends as weapons in the passing game. Look what Luke Schoonmaker did. Look what Colson Loveland is going to do and did as a true freshman. This is an offense that uses multiple tight ends in their sets. They ask them to run block, but you're getting a guy in Brady Prieskorn who I think can block, but also is a phenomenal pass catcher, especially work in the middle of the field. The size, the speed combination for a guy like Brady Prieskorn is just different. I want to take us to just get a sense and take us to the film and the highlights of a guy like Brady Prieskorn, because again, it's really just impressive. And the first clip you're going to see is why I'm so happy he's a Michigan Wolverine. Lining up, you'll see him doesn't line up in line that much. An absolute dog blocking. And again, when it comes to blocking as a tight end, it's just willingness. And he takes him 20 yards, puts him on his butt. That is no doubt the clip that got Jim Harbaugh excited to land a guy like Brady Prieskorn. And then you're going to see him vertically stretch the field, which is rare for a guy at the tight end level. And that's what we see Colson Loveland bring to this offense. And that's what I think Brady Prieskorn is going to bring too. Luke Schoonmaker, as good as he is, and if you guys follow the NFL draft content, very, very high on him as an NFL draft prospect as well. Luke Schoonmaker was more of an inline tight end who's going to work the flats, maybe catch some over the middle of the field, but not really stretch a team vertically down the field. Brady Prieskorn is going to do exactly that. And what you see the body control and the ability to high point the football. I mean, you see his highlights. It's pretty much just throw the ball to Brady Prieskorn, let him go get it. But again, you see how smooth he is adjusting to the football, how dynamic he is in space with running after the catch. And again, works the seam, works the middle of the field at such a high level. It's rare to see a guy who's 6'6", stride, control his body the way Brady Prieskorn does, and attack the football. And that's just something that I absolutely love. And look at the release off the line of scrimmage. That's another thing. We have another highlight coming up that I think is just a really special of him. But the things that are jumping out is just the body control, the ability to go high point the football. Again, that might look routine, but for a 6'6" dude adjusting to the football, and this is the one, freeze it here, the release here. I mean, he's playing wide receiver essentially, boundary wide receiver. His release is next level for a guy who's 6'6". The footwork, the ability to shake somebody and create separation and then run after the catch and be a physical monster. I'm just so excited for a guy, and this is no knock on a guy like Luke Schoonmaker, who I absolutely love, one of my favorite Michigan Wolverines from last year. Brady Prieskorn brings a little bit different element of athleticism, and I want to take us to the Twitter picture, because this is, I mean, this was right when Jordan Marshall committed. This is like hang it in Schembechler Hall. This is like the group that kind of takes Michigan potentially over the top. Jaden Davis has committed. Jordan Marshall, the running back, committed. Blake Frazier on the far right, the offensive tackle from Texas, is committed. And now Brady Prieskorn committing to the Michigan Wolverines. These were the guys that you want to kind of be centered around the class. And that's what we absolutely do. Now, taking us to what this 2024 class is looking like, and it's nice, right? I'm never going to get upset, right, landing big-time offensive line commits. That being said, what our big takeaway was, hey, we got to go get some playmakers too. You have Jaden Davis. You have Jordan Marshall, one of the best running backs in the country. You add a guy like Brady Prieskorn to an absolutely dominant offensive line 2024 class. It's so exciting. And you have two tight ends, Hogan Hansen from Washington. I know Georgia's making a run at him as well. I'm interested to see if he stays locked in. I think there's plenty of room. I mean, you see how many tight ends Michigan uses. There's plenty of mouths to feed in this tight end room. That being said, Michigan loves to use their tight end. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hogan Hansen stays committed to Michigan. But you look at this class. I mean, a lot of guys in the top 250. I think we have our targets on a lot of other guys who are in the top 100. And that's where I want to go next, is where else can we build this 2024 class? You have your five-star quarterback in Jaden Davis. You have a solid offensive line. Now where are we going? I want some more playmakers. That's something Michigan fans have talked about a lot, is hitting those explosive plays, having some guys on the outside who are dynamic and can help hit those explosive plays. The first guy I want to take a look at, Channing Goodwin from Providence Day. He plays high school football with Jaden Davis. The crystal ball's already in on him. One of the best players in North Carolina, a guy who is a crisp route runner. And again, it's always going to help when you have that chemistry with quarterback one and Jaden Davis. Already crystal balled there. I would be very surprised if Michigan can't land this commitment. Again, the connection with Jaden Davis, I think, is going to make a really strong impression. And what you're seeing in this 2024 class is the best recruiters for Michigan right now aren't the coaches. And we have some phenomenal recruiters in the coaching staff. Sharon Moore, obviously, Jim Harbaugh's phenomenal. Steve Clinkscale. The biggest recruiters in this class are the guys already committed. You see Blake Frazier, you see Luke Hamilton extremely active. Jacob Oden's been extremely active on Twitter. These guys are recruiting some of the guys top nationally ranked out of high school. And again, that's when you start having a very special class. The next guy I want to talk about, Gatlin Blair from the state of Idaho as well. Again, that's where Colson Loveland was. He was the number one player in Idaho a couple of cycles ago. Now Gatlin Blair, who is a freak, like 6'2", 180, and you talk about stretching the field. He's one of the fastest players in this class. And when you're 6'2", 180, running almost a sub 10, 500-meter dash, I mean, faster than Nichols Harbaugh is, that's special. And that's kind of when you talk about getting those explosive plays, Gatlin Blair is a guy that, again, I love the connection from Idaho. Colson Loveland, I hope you're in Gatlin Blair's ear, because, again, that's another spot we're looking at in terms of getting some explosive playmakers into this 2024 class. And it starts with Jaden Davis. These top pass catchers, like a guy like Brady Prieskorn, like a guy like Gatlin Blair, Channing Goodwin, they're going to want to go play with one of the best quarterbacks in this 2024 class in Jaden Davis. You feel really good about that. And you look at what another really impressive thing, I got to slow down. I'm so excited here, is look at the teams Michigan beat out for Brady Prieskorn's commitment, right? The Georgia Bulldogs, Ohio State, Florida State, Auburn. I mean, they're Alabama, especially a team like Georgia. When you beat out Georgia for a tight end, like that's massive. Like, you see what Georgia's done with this tight ends, and Michigan and Georgia running a very similar offense in the sense that we're going to play 12 personnel. We're going to use our tight ends as dynamic pass catchers. It's going to start attracting a lot of tight ends to Michigan. You see already two guys in Hogan Hansen and Brady Prieskorn already committed to Michigan. Massive pickup. We'll go back to Brady Prieskorn here. Massive pickup for Michigan. This 2024 class continues to just seemingly be extremely special. The next targets on our board, Channing Goodwin, Gatlin Blair, come down to Michigan, be a part of this special 2024 class. Again, such an exciting time to be a Michigan fan. Appreciate you guys checking us out again. If you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. It's going to be a fun next couple of months. We appreciate all the support you guys have shown, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.